backrooms have been fundamentally ruined. This unique piece of internet folklore has been a big point of internet discussion for years now, with much expansion coming from the idea. Anyways, for the most part, it's been known to be getting ruined throughout the years for a variety of reasons. And the point of this video is, have the backrooms been completely ruined? And in order to answer this question, we're going to have to go all the way back. But explain what the backrooms are in the first place, and where the hell did they come from. In order to talk about before they decayed and rotted in some way, we have to go back to May 12th, 2019. Might actually be 13, but I don't care. A photo on from an anonymous user sorry for messing up my grammar. An anonymous user had a I don't know, this is not funny, but a photo on from an anonymous user had a photo of yellow walls and carpet. It looks very, very of moist carpet on there. And what else is that? They also request people to send disquieting images that just feel off. And another anonymous user posted this with the same picture that says, "If you're not careful and no clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the backrooms, where it's nothing but the stink of moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, and endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering around nearby, because it sure as hell heard you." This gained a lot of attraction on the internet, and for good reason. This was an incredible concept, and also captivated many people, and rightly so. It's like before, it's a great concept. The one thing about the backrooms that makes it stand out is if it's different use of horror. That uses a different type of horror than a different type of horror randomly like monsters out trying to get you. A different type of horror than that. It's known as one of my favorite type of horror, psychological horror. On like monsters out to get you. It uses a horror that's meant to fuck your mind up and make you go insane and psychologically mess with your mind. Now, this type of horror, in my opinion, is more scarier than the average monster run away from monster hunted versus hunter thing. That thing. And it just is a really good concept, and it makes me more scared, and the concept of it makes me more terrified than the fact of just monsters out to get me, because I just don't feel as scared with that type of concept. I'm not saying monster horror is bad, it's just not as but psychological horror is my favorite type of horror, and the Backrooms plays on this perfectly. And I'm gonna give an example. All right. Imagine if you're just a guy named Steve. He's walking around playing, I don't know, mobile game ripoffs on his phone. He closes his eyes just for a mere moment, and he ends up in, the backrooms. He's running around constantly, and he keeps seeing the exact same environments over and over and over again. And after a while of being here, his brain goes insane. He starts imagining different types of things, and he's starving and suffering from dehydration. He's just around. He has no food, and he's starving to death, and he's painfully, slowly dying. His mind is being fucked up. Every point there is. He's hallucinating. Parts of his are changing. He never feels truly safe in these backrooms, and this is why the backrooms work so well, in my opinion. Because it plays on more of the fear of the unknown in what could be out there, because of how unknown it is for them. And the fact is that the 4chan post, it doesn't really say much of anything. It's a really simple concept, but a great concept used all the time. And it's no wonder why it was so a good concept. And of course, this gained more traction online, even though it was really still obscure for the most part. And really, actually was pretty obscure, but that later changed a little bit later. But talk about that later. Is that people started wondering how they could incorporate some sort of danger to the backrooms. Yeah, it was basically impossible to escape, so your mind would just go insane and then die of dehydration or starvation, or just mentally go insane. So, but people felt like that it was getting boring to the fan base with just, yellow walls. So they decided to incorporate danger to the backrooms, and of course they added, entities. And also added new things like and enemies, objects, levels, and the worst thing of all, they added food and water. I don't know if this came later on. This was before. You can tell me in the comments below or anything or on the chat. I honestly, I just don't know. But that's how it did it. And the one thing, I'll give you an example of something, is that other popular liminal space pictures were being taken, some really good ones in my opinion. There's a lot out there that are now being incorporated into the Backrooms lore, essentially being levels for the Backrooms. Unlike some, and it was pretty cool to see all these popular liminal space pictures being in the Backrooms lore. For example, there's this one liminal space picture that based off the level fun level, which is based off this liminal space picture that I've been fascinated in. Like, it's good. This photo is the photo that the characters in these photos are knockoffs of popular character. The mouse in there is Mickey Mouse, the yellow guy is Homer Simpson, and the guy hitting the soccer ball is SpongeBob. But they're so off. Like, they don't even try to make him look like the original. It's so unnerving. And of course now, yeah, we found what that location was. It was at a Burger King in Berlin, Germany, that was taken, and it was actually a pretty unsettling photo, if you ask me. And another thing that was added to the level of fun was the inclusion of these party goers, who were these odd little yellow creatures that would try to lure you in with a party and cake and then kill you. Now, in my opinion, the inclusion of the party goers and entities and all the other stuff made it a little less scary. Because for me and many other people, the actual horror of the Backrooms was being lost in this creepy, scary space. Creepy space where your mind just gets fucked up every chance you get after you go there. And the idea of no clipping out of reality is just so unnerving. But other than that, the idea continued to grow. I didn't think it was that bad because if you were really speaking honestly, if the Backrooms never really changed and evolved, it would just die over time. But honestly, it just made it a little less scary. But it was interesting to see the evolution of this concept. And another thing that was sparked up is the hunt for the original Backrooms photo. Ever since the 4chan post came out on May 12th, 2019, the main thing they've wanted to do is look for the original Backrooms photo, and for a while, I never thought this picture would be found. It was probably demolished or something, and it is demolished currently, but actually, the original photo was found in May of this year. They went on there, they did some stuff, apparently, they were going back on old archived 4chan posts, and apparently under the radar of the entire Backrooms community, someone had found the photo, the link to where they found the photo, but they used the Wayback Machine, and then they put it in, and then it was a website of whatever you need. It was a website of their progress at a Hobbytown RC race car track in 2003, and it has a photo of the original Backrooms photo, and it also has another angle of the photo being redone, which is honestly really cool. But you can't actually go to the Backrooms today. It's demolished. It's gone. It's down to an RC car racetrack, which actually, I don't know, unsurprising for this location, but okay. Back to the topic. And for a while, for a lot of the time, it was mostly obscure still, even though the evolution of this concept was still continuing growing. And honestly, it was actually nice to see the evolution of this concept. But this all changed in January of 2022 when Kane Pixels, an animator who worked on stuff like Attack on Titan, made a video called The Backrooms Found Footage. Now, I'm guessing that you've seen the video before. If you don't, then I recommend you check it out because it's a really awesome video. The video starts off with these kids. It takes place in 1996. It starts off with these kids making an indie movie. Seems like with a monkey. It's really cool. And then the protagonist gets no clips out of reality into the backrooms where he's chased by a creature that kind of represented the troll face a little bit. It's not, but the design of this creature is pretty unnerving alone. He chases him around the backrooms as he runs, and he goes up that one basement liminal space picture that I'm really interested in. It's a really nice photo. And then you got the Holiday Inn Express liminal space and a whole bunch of other really cool set pieces. But however, when he's exploring, the monster catches up to him. The camera flows back to Earth. This is basically where it's retrieved. So incredible video. Awesome video that Kane Pixels done. Good job to you, Kane Pixels, for making such a great video. And so what's wrong with this video? Nothing. It's a great concept, but I mean, I'm gonna go back for the but. All right. So before this was found, after that he made tons more Backrooms videos. Now I'm not fully caught. What is wrong with my grammar today? Like, actually, caught up with the series, but the Backrooms, there's a lot more videos going out, and there's actually new lore added to it. Of where, unlike before, his series kind of sets out to explore and give more explanation to what it is, and there's actually lore to it that it's an experiment. And it's an experiment in the government, and like they're sending these hazmat suit guys, which are now just a staple part of Backrooms imagery, for many reasons, and introduce these guys that are out to explore the Backrooms and where it came from, and do it to find out where it came from, and different organizations trying to figure it out. And honestly, it's not that bad of a concept because this to me exists as its own Kane Pixels Backrooms universe. Even though like it's not as like creepy as it was actually pretty cool videos that he made. So he made this awesome series of videos, but however, this is where the downfall began. And you might be wondering, if these videos were so good, then how could it lead to something bad? Well, as we all know, it suffers from. Now we get into the downfall. As the downfall happens, there's a lot of things that happen with the downfall. Number one, it suffers from something called YouTube content for children disease, syndrome, illness, whatever you want to call it. It was there. I'm just going to call it syndrome. And for the most part, it suffered from this completely. Once the videos blew up, a whole bunch of YouTubers started reacting to the videos or make videos of them going to the Backrooms themselves, which varied in quality, with some being incredibly made and surreal looking, and some of them just being just recorded in fucking Gary's mod. And then it blew up after, but that's after these. In just the main enemy of the Backrooms, I think it really is. That really ruined it is, I'm not going to blame it fully on them, but it's children. Children. Exactly. So when YouTubers started exposing children to the Backrooms, that's when, bad things start to happen. Because the younger audience, especially this generation, does not really, they don't really grasp the concept of the Backrooms in any way. It's harder for them to do it, which I understand because they're young, and it's not really meant for their demographic. I mean, there was an interview with Kane Pixels and one of the YouTubers, about it, and said that Kane Pixels didn't want to cater to the younger audience, and that's actually is true. But the thing is, though, it's not really meant for the younger audiences because it's not using the type of horror that younger audiences really know. Because younger audiences' favorite thing is just scary monster chasing you. Blah, so scary. That type of horror. And honestly, that is the truth for the most part. But once these audiences start to know about this, They don't really grasp the concepts, but that's when the bad things happen. Now you might be wondering, the YouTube content made for children syndrome comes in. And that's when YouTube children's content creators, I'm not going to name a whole bunch of names here, but I'm naming you, Lanky Box. You seriously, I just can't take you. Your content makes me bleh. But anyway, yeah. So YouTubers like Lanky Box, they're gonna go jump on this topic and make a bunch of videos about it without understanding the source material or anything, not even care about it in the first place, and do it just to make money. And that's exactly what happened to the Backrooms, because that's when bad things happen. Like, you know how the Backrooms expanded before, like I mentioned earlier in the video? Yeah, this is when the syndrome came in and made things so much worse. To make it appeal to younger kids without just having, the actual entities or like any of the party goers or nothing like that in these videos, they started adding things that are popular with children. You know what I mean? A Garden of Banban, Rainbow Friends, Poppy Playtime, Among Us, Friday Night Funkin', Freddy Fazbear. What else is there? Whatever. Just I can't name all of it. Whatever, Spider-Man or Minecraft or Roblox or anything that's really popular with children, that children like, that is popular on the internet, into the Backrooms. And this honestly shattered the reputation of it, because honestly, these YouTubers, they just kept throwing unnecessary cringe-ass videos that had the level 0 and had a bunch of creatures just in it that shouldn't exist in the Backrooms at all. Like, for example, like, I don't think should Huggy Wuggy exist in the Backrooms. Is this even a question? Should Huggy Wuggy be in the Backrooms? Not at all, because it makes it just more fun and bright and appealing for the kids to watch, and that makes it ruined, because in late 2022, like the summer of it, the Backrooms was just it was in its worst state ever, and it was being completely just run by people who didn't really get it, and it was being just oversaturated and milked by literally everyone. They didn't understand the concept of it. They didn't actually know that the original concept of the Backrooms. They didn't use the ways of how, like, earlier on, how it expanded. Instead, they made things so much worse. They just started throwing in cartoon characters now to appeal to children, and children, I don't think they really get what the Backrooms is supposed to be. Like, in the mind of a child, I think the Backrooms more to a child is just, scary monster, Huggy Wuggy, Rainbow Friends, Garden of Banban, Among Us is in the Backrooms, and as a place of where there's like a million different like levels of all their like favorite cartoon characters. Like, no, that's not what the Backrooms is. And I think that because of how more popular the Backrooms has become, that idea has been lost significantly, like, for the most part. And I also want to mention something else. It's just another part, the levels. I don't like the idea of there being different floors of the Backrooms. I mean, I don't think that it's a terrible idea, but the one thing that I have a problem with is some of the levels that exist. Even if he's not even the levels that suffer from the YouTube content made for children syndrome, just some of the levels actually made that have nothing to do with that. Like, I think some levels, like maybe the first 5 levels, maybe in the Backrooms are fine, but like, not like some of these levels. Like, I don't think there needs to be levels on the moon. I don't think there needs to be level in infinite. I don't think there needs to be a level in the sea. I don't think there needs to be levels. I think there needs to be a futuristic level. And you don't know what's the worst level in the entire Backrooms, the worst one that I have? It's level 6.1, the snack rooms. The snack rooms, I'm gonna go read what the snack rooms is to you, so you can get a better understanding what this. I'm doing this. Hang on. I'm gonna get the snack rooms. I'm gonna try. I can't find it. My computer's broken. All right. I'm reading the Backrooms right now. I'm in here right now reading Level 6.1, a sub-level of Level 6, and colloquially known as the Snack Rooms, is an eerie and disorienting level featuring another ending maze entirely compromised of snacks with a layout similar to its parent level. Littered across the level in droves are snack-like foodstuff, yet most are undebuyable. Some snack items are stuck to surfaces with their bonds inseparable. Inseparable. What is wrong with me? Inseparable. Stacks are contained within packages, of which they are anomaly unappendable, a phenomenon currently being studied by MEG scientists. Yeah, because scientists exist in the Backrooms. Aha, so wonderful. Level 61 was discovered on February 12, 2024, when a group of wanderers went through an opening in level 6. Since then, other entrances to level 6.1 were discovered. Despite the level's exceptional brightness, there is a distinct lack of light sources in level 6.1. Occasionally, the level might flicker, descending some regions into darkness for a few seconds, before returning to its original state. There are various supplies scattered across the level's expanse, consisting of open packages, water bottles, and rarely weapons. Set of furnitures, including chairs, tables, dressers, and stuff, are commonplace in level 6.1, although some furnishings are toppled over or missing parts. Level 6.1 is home to several anomalies. Some undiscovered reports state walls fluctuating in and out of existence. Others report noticing unusual figures in the corner of their eyes. There have been many other reports of other strange anomalies, yet they lack backing concrete evidence. Due to this, all reports are potentially fallible. I learned that in vocab before, but just the thing for vocab, I forgot what I can't say it, even though I wrote vocab cards for it that I studied from. I must be a really big dum-dum. Sometimes wanderers may encounter a crawl space while traversing level 6.1. Crawling through the crawl space will lead on one to a cafeteria. These cafeterias are empty, small, and lack food, although there are a few vending machines within these cafeterias that are filled with consumable provisions. The walls and ceiling in these cafeterias are dilapidated, and the floorboards imitate creaking noises when stepped on. It is common in these cafeterias to find hospital waiting benches, trash cans, exit signs, unusually dark areas, and items depicting food. This is stupid. It's not even just a question. This is just... I just can't... This is so stupid. I mean, like, the snack rooms. It ruins the entire concept of the back rooms. Like, the back rooms, there's supposed to be no food and water. It's just... I can't, like, just take it anymore. It's just so stupid. Because... So you said, for example, if I wanted, I don't know, expensive, stupid Starbucks drink, for example, I could go to the snack rooms. If I no-clipped out of the back rooms and I somehow made it into the snack rooms, I could go into the snack rooms and get that stupid Starbucks drink. Like, it just doesn't make sense at all. Or if I wanted, for example, unlimited really flaming hot Takis, I could do that. Like, it just does not good at all that this level exists. It's just so stupid. And don't even ask me who made this level. Whoever made this level, please do it properly. And, like, I don't get, like, and also, it's just such a dumb level. And, you know, person watching this video, do you want to know how many Backrooms levels there are? Like, do you know how much Backrooms levels there just are? Like, I'm gonna go look at it right now. I'll show you how much levels there are in the Backrooms. And apparently there is 999 Backrooms levels. What the why? I just don't get it. And they also have negative levels, anomalous levels, dimensions, joke levels. Like, how much levels are there? How much standard levels are there too? Cluster 2. Yeah, level 1,000. Also, if you want to count those to 1,000, and there's also negative 999 minus 1,000. Like, it's just a joke. It's so stupid, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's just stupid. I don't know who made the Backrooms this way. I mean, actually, no, it was a lot of people. And one thing that I don't also don't like at the back rooms that are ruining it is the fact that people live in the back rooms. Like, I know there's, and like for example, in the snack rooms I just read, there's multiple groups. Like, it's crazy. There's the anti-entity group, the Almond Water Inc. group, the Architects group, the Idle Nexus Guarding and Collecting group, the Back Flags group, the Backrooms Colonists. Okay, this isn't the fucking American colonies, okay? This is the Backrooms. This is supposed to be a pre-independence America, guys. For anybody, it's not supposed to be pre-independence America. You go to the Backrooms, you go there to die, and you're trapped there forever. And there's also more Backrooms Association of the Red Cross, like in AAG. Andrew Austin Explorer Group, Backrooms Investigation Foundation, Backrooms Today, Backrooms Wanderers Organization, Echo TV of Eterigo, Entity Recycling Association, Entity Recycling Association, Entity Research Committee. Holy one. Some of this shit is just so fucking stupid. Major, like before, the lore of the Backrooms, I think it's suffering from something commonly known as Five Nights at Freddy's lore syndrome. You know how FNAF got popular, and ever since FNAF got popular, there's been a ton of groups. Every horror game has to include some really convoluted lore that's appealing to children, and wants to, have MatPat make a game through video. Yeah, MatPat's not making videos anymore. It's sad, but yeah, sad he's not doing the game theory anymore. But just an example, just to appear to Gate so we can get a hello internet, welcome to game theory video on what's in the box lore. Like, some of this, like, the Backrooms is just like the worst lore like ever. Like, there doesn't need to be 1,000 million hundred entities. There doesn't need to be like 900. There doesn't need to be 1,000 levels. There doesn't need to be like. I don't need to know that people exist in the Backrooms. This isn't Minecraft or the American colonies or Warhammer. You go to there is no food, no water, no materials, nothing. You go to the Backrooms, you're trapped there forever, and you go there to die and go mentally insane. That's, I think, what the Backrooms is meant to be. It's not supposed to, and that's exactly what's morphed the Backrooms. It's something it's not meant to be, in my opinion. The Backrooms has just, and that's why the Backrooms is like this. They just morphed this really incredible, really great, and honestly flawless maybe not flawless, but great concept into something of a more internet horror genre for children, suffered from YouTube content made for children syndrome. And now it's lost its original identity. And this is why and there's also another thing I'd like to talk about and yap about a little bit more about something that's even kind of worse than all this. It's stuff like Backroom Slides videos, and more than Backroom Slide videos, a lot more. And this stuff includes quite a lot, in my opinion. Another thing about this is the Backroom Slide videos of where, like, the point is that, if you go down the wrong slide, you're gonna die. I mean, I don't need to explain why this is dumb, but if you really wanted to, I don't know, if someone, for example, for God knows what reason had to put a slide in the Backrooms, why couldn't you just go to the Backrooms? Why couldn't you just make it slide endlessly until you go insane, like almost as you're in the Backrooms? And for the most part, I really hate of how some of these videos, like in my intro, portray the Backrooms as just some play park. I mean, like in the video of like the hazmat suit playing soccer and the bacteria guy in the first Ken Pixels Backrooms video as the goalie. Like, this isn't the fucking Backrooms. Like, who is making this stuff? And I know it's everybody. And they also like to make it of where there's Backrooms of water parks now, and there's tsunamis in the Backrooms, and like there's weather, and there's hazmat suit guys that now exist in the Backrooms. And I guess it's true, but it's also really stupid at the same time, because it's stupid that slides have to exist in the Backrooms. It's stupid that water parks have to exist. And I also really hate that of what more the person of what if who enters the back rooms. Like there's videos like what if a gay person enters the back rooms? What if a child enters the bathrooms? What if a crying child enters the back rooms? Why if a furry enters the back rooms? Why is like it's just so stupid? I mean everyone should just get the same treatment if they enter the back rooms, whether or not. Children should get special treatment. Gay people shouldn't just get special treatment and get attacked by entities. They should all be treated the same. Exact same thing no matter what. You go insane and starve to death. You go insane, but and I've been yapping for a very long time of how the backrooms has been ruined. And one of those things I like to talk about here is how I would fix the backrooms. And I have to start it this way. Now, it might not be what you think of how I would fix the backrooms. The one thing that I need to fix the backrooms is that I'm not going to use it with just the 4chan post and just nothing in it, because without it, it would just die off and really really just die off. But I want something that people can actually lock onto without being like overcomplicating it and making it so ridiculous. Is that I'm thinking about the levels for a minute. The concept, I know people hate the idea of different floors of the backrooms, and even for me a little bit, I don't really like the concept of the backrooms. It's just, I've just never really liked it, because for a variety of reasons, I just never really liked the backrooms as well, because it's just not very good. And there's many reasons to why I don't really like it either. Some of the levels are some fine. Like the levels imported from popular liminal space pictures, those are completely fine. But really, I want there to be a limited amount of levels. Is that after the limited amount of levels, after that, there's nowhere to run. You're just trapped in these tight spaces forever. You're stuck in these liminal spaces all forever. And I'd get rid of a ton of levels. Number one, I'd get rid of the snack rooms, because that obviously fucking sucks. I'd get rid of a ton of stuff. I'd get rid of like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd get rid of the moon. I'd get rid of the infinite sea. I'd get rid of, maybe not the pool rooms, but maybe I'd get rid of it. I'd get rid of all the Backrooms water park, all the joke levels, like the Poppy Playtime level. I'd get rid of all those to make it something more interesting. What just happened? And also, for the most part, the entities, I would actually make them do something that makes them fit into the environment. Because, you're completely alone and make sure you want to go insane. Another good thing about it is if you, also another thing is that, for the most part, is that I make sure the entities would fit into the fear of the unknown and the uncertainty that as humans in the game are supposed to experience. And for this, I would make sure the monsters is that, for example, I'd make the entities mainly appear in down hallways or in brief corners or in the background a little bit. When you try to get a good closer look at them, they're gone. Never chasing you, never seeing you fully, never making their existence truly known. Were they even there to begin with? Or is this a concept, or is this just your mind going insane? And for the most part, it's true. And for the most part, this video is not scripted. I only scripted a little bit of it. But the entities, for the most part, I think the entities, they could work in that way. But maybe they could chase you down, or maybe they could exist, maybe the party goers and stuff could work, but maybe not. Maybe the party goers, stuff like that, it's just, that could exist. But another thing I'd like to do is get rid of all the exploration groups, get rid of all the American colonies, get rid of all the, get rid of all the hospital team, get rid of all that stuff. Just you alone completely. Maybe with the entities, but nothing else. You're completely alone. Being mentally scared by this, you're alone. 100% just not alone, but with just more entities. This, I think, is a good way. It's just my opinion of how to make the backrooms good. Better than it is now, at least. But the good thing about now just for the conclusion of this video, the backrooms, for the most part, just to end this video off, I don't really want to pledge my loyalty to the original photo and the original lore, because as long as it's a good concept and it's entertaining, then I'm just like down for the most part. I mean, sometimes not, but like I'm down with this. But what happened to the backrooms back in not long ago? It's not good anymore. But honestly, now in my opinion, the backrooms has healed a lot more. It's a lot less more popular. I sometimes hear people mention it a little bit more sometimes, but they're not as big of a problem as they were before. It's not that big of a problem, and now he's like that. People know how to fix that stuff. Like the wikis, even though sometimes they're still convoluted with so much stupid stuff, like it's been improved a lot more than how it used to be. Like I don't like the snack room's existence. I think that should have been removed. But if like I realized that the back rooms, the thing with it all is that it's hard to just look at it now and not see Huggy Wuggy there, to not see Skibbity Toilet there, to not see an Among Us creature, to not see Boy from Friday Night Funkin', to not see the Grimace Shake, to not see Glamrock Freddy in the back rooms, to not see Blue from Rainbow Friends in the back rooms, to not see Opila Bird from Garden of Banban. It's just hard not to see it all because that's what because back in the day, I was just around and watching stuff back in 2022, and that's all I could hear, and I just try to get it away and try to just go back and read the original lore and stuff, and maybe even take my own pictures I can from some source that I have. There's somewhere around my house that actually I could take some liminal space pictures, but yeah. And honestly, it was kind of sad, but for me, are the backrooms truly ruined? The answer is I don't think the backrooms are truly ruined at all. I think they're actually getting better. I don't think they're as big as a problem as they were before. I think the backrooms aren't completely ruined, but they aren't really ruined for me either, because I can still look back on a bunch of major things in the original lore and the 4chan post or whatever you want to call it, and whatever ideas expand from it, and just ignore all the stuff that wants to point the backrooms as a place for cringy characters and cartoon characters and portray it as a play park. I can ignore all that and just watch whatever what makes the backrooms good and just enjoy it for what it is. That's what I think everybody should do. And this is for the most part I think is the most solution what you should do with the backrooms, because honestly, I mean that's all really you can do. Because honestly, it's just not fun to throw all this stuff in the backrooms, because the backrooms, I think for the most part, should just don't do any of this stuff anymore. For the most part, to end this video off, it's actually pretty fun, and to just end this video off, for example, it would be nice if you, for example, like and subscribe, and not only that, I'll do that in a minute, but to really, if any of you guys have not seen the backrooms before, then that's completely okay. This is for people that have seen the backrooms or know about it. But honestly, if you guys still want to see the backrooms, because I know the wikis were improved, but honestly, enjoy the backrooms for what you think it should be. Enjoy it. I don't agree with the fact that honestly don't agree with the fact if you like the kiddie or the cringe way, with all the stuff that happened in 2022, but any other way you want it. If you want it to have party goers and a bunch of 999 stupid levels or whatever, and also just the original 4chan post is completely fine. Just enjoy the backrooms in that way. Like, enjoy whatever way you just want it to. Overall, it is fine if you enjoyed it any way you want. I don't really care. I'm not out to make friends for this video. I honestly just want it to go back to the way it was back to more of the way. Maybe not the 4chan post, but for the most part, I'm not saying the 4chan post is bad, but I would really prefer if the 4chan, maybe just like the original lore, like more before it got blew up with Canned Pixels, but there's nothing wrong with Canned Pixels videos. they're honestly excellent videos, and like maybe like the Backrooms themselves, just enjoy it for whatever way you want it to be. I'll enjoy it my way, and maybe, and for the most part, it'd be, and also like how to, the Backrooms aren't completely ruined. So for overall, thank you guys for watching, and if like and subscribe to the video if you want to, or not. But however, if you don't like it to the don't like it, subscribe in 5 seconds. You're gonna get no clips into the Backrooms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Man, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with everybody on here. I'm just messing, cause you're not gonna no clip into the Backrooms. But anyway, bye, peace out. Have a nice rest of your weekend, and bye.